Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. This is a video on Fortnight current affairs, also known as FCA, where I'll be covering 10 most important news for the entire fortnight. This is Fortnight 2 for the month of July. Every month we release two fortnight. The first fortnight is released on second Sunday and the second fortnight is released on fourth Sunday. The coverage of the news include three important components. The first is Hindu, other is Indian Express and the PIB, right? So without any further delay, let's get started. And these are the 10 important topic for the fortnight that I'll be discussing with you. Even you can take the screenshot of the topic. We'll go one by one. And before I start, if you're new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video informative and helpful, do not forget to press a like button. Starting with the first news of the day, that is CBDC in wholesale and retail sector, something very important to promote digital currency in India. The Reserve Bank of India is processing the implementation of central bank digital currency in a phased manner in both wholesale and the retail segment. This was recently announced by the Union Budget, by the Finance Minister. तो पहले बात करते हैं central bank digital currency है क्या? It was actually introduced in the Union Budget 2022-23 by the Finance Minister, and necessary amendment to the relevant section of RBI Act 1934, because this is mandatory if any changes are made at the part of the basically currency. And there has been a passage of finance bill also for 2022. The passage of bill will enable the RBI to conduct the pilot and subsequent issuance of the central bank digital currency, right? आरबीआई ने क्रिप्टो करेंसी को लेकर के कंसर्न रेज की है और उसी के पैरेलल, उसी के सब्स्टिट्यूट्स के तौर पे डिजिटल करेंसी सेंट्रल बैंक इशू करेगी अपने सुपरविजन्स में. द सेंट्रल बैंक डिजिटल करेंसी इज अ वर्चुअल करेंसी not only comparable with the private virtual currency or cryptocurrency, but they have mushroomed over the last decade. Now, private virtual currencies की बात करें, they do not represent any person debt liabilities and there is no issuer as such. Now, CBDC will be a sovereign-backed digital currency monitored by the Reserve Bank of India. इंडिया में जिस तरह से यूपीआई की ट्रांजिशंस बढ़ी है, उसको देखते हुए आरबीआई ने डिसीजन लिया कि डिजिटल करेंसी की तरफ इंडिया आगे बढ़ सकती है. इंडिया इज ऑन दैट ट्रांजिशन फेज वेयर वी कैन कम अप विद द डिजिटल करेंसी. सो प्रिसाइसली टॉकिंग अबाउट द यूपीआई ट्रांजिशन, राइट? सो इन द यूपीआई ट्रांजिशन, दैट इज यूनिफाइड पेमेंट इंटरफेस, देयर हैव बीन सीन इंक्रीज ऑफ ऑलमोस्ट क्लोज टू 130 बिलियन. अभी रिकॉर्ड हुई है 5.9 बिलियन. आने वाले टाइम पे ये और बढ़ेगी. जो टोटल वैल्यू है दैट इज $130 बिलियन. एंड इवन 323 बैंक्स वर पार्टिसिपेंट इन द यूपीआई पेमेंट ट्रांजिशंस. The revolution in the QR code has brought along the interoperability features that ensured banking on the fingertip phase case through. Now, contribution of the fintech company, अगर कुछ important companies की बात करें, Paytm, Google Pay, Phone Pay, there are a lot of other UPI and QR code payment services that have observed the uses of the prepaid payment instrument. Now, RBI officials said that investment in India fintech space has gone significantly. Now, other news, that is National Institution Ranking Framework 2022, which was recently released by the Ministry of Education. So, Ministry of Education has recently released the National Institution Ranking Framework for 2022 और ये 7th consecutive editions है NIRF की. The National Institution Ranking Framework was approved by the Ministry of Education actually in 2015. At that point of time, this ministry was known as Ministry of Human Resource and Development. उसको बाद में Ministry of Education पे change कर दिया गया. Now, what is NIRF? NIRF basically is a framework by the Education Ministry which rank institution depending upon the area of operations, including the overall categories, यूनिवर्सिटीज़ की कैटेगरी में, कॉलेज की कैटेगरी में, इंजीनियरिंग, मैनेजमेंट, लॉ, फार्मेसी, आर्किटेक्चर और डेंटल. तो ये कुछ ब्रॉड एरियाज हैं जिनके कैटेगरीज पे NIRF की रैंकिंग दी जाती है. Now, top universities की बात करें across India, among the top university, Indian Institute of Science which is there in Bengaluru, Jawaharlal University Delhi, Jamia Millia Islamia again Delhi, Jadavpur University in Calcutta, West Bengal, and Amrita Vidyapeeth which is in South India. So ये कुछ important institutions हैं, universities हैं जिनको top ranking दी गई है. Now in colleges, Miranda House, Hindu College which is a part of the Delhi University, Presidency College, Loyola College, and Lady Shri Ram College of Women has been announced as the best colleges. मेडिकल इंस्टीट्यूशंस में अगर बात करें, एम्स, पीजीआई चंडीगढ़, इवन क्रिश्चियन मेडिकल कॉलेज, National Institute of Medical and Neurosciences Bengaluru, and BHU has been ranked as the best medical institution in our country. Now मैनेजमेंट इंस्टीट्यूशंस में बात करें, IIM, बट ऑब्वियस IIM अहमदाबाद वैसे भी काफ़ी रेपुटेड इंस्टीट्यूशंस मानी जाती है बिजनेस स्टडीज़ के लिए, एंड इवन फॉलोड बाय IIM बेंगलुरु, कोलकाता, दिल्ली एंड कोझिकोड. Now some parameters for the evaluation, if you see what are the parameter upon which the entire evaluations for the NIRF has been done, तो 5 important parameters हैं. पहली parameters है learning, teaching and resources, दूसरी research and professional practices, graduations के किस तरह के outcome रहे हैं बच्चों के, outreach and inclusivity कैसी है पूरी universities की या फिर college की, and perception, how is the perception about the changes that has to be incorporated in syllabus, curriculum, and the way the student can be benefited, right? So these are some of the broad areas and the parameter upon which the ranking has been given. Now merger की बात की गई है NAC और NBA की. So the Ministry of Education has said that accreditation और assessment की जो process है वो change की जाएगी. जो NAC और NBA की जो separate ranking होती है उसको merge कर दिया जाएगा, right? And the minister also said that there will be a system for accreditations for the school in the country. फॉर टाइम बीइंग अभी जितने कॉलेजेस यूनिवर्सिटी लेवल पे जो चीज़ें हैं लाइक फॉर अंडर ग्रेजुएट कोर्सेज वहाँ से रैंकिंग स्टार्ट होती है. अभी कॉलेज स्कूल्स हैं उनकी रैंकिंग में इंक्लूड नहीं की जाती. फ्रॉम नाउ गवर्नमेंट इज प्लानिंग दैट दे वुड बी कम अप विद रैंकिंग फॉर द स्कूल्स एज वेल. नाउ इंडिया टू बी द मोस्ट पॉपुलस नेशन इन 2023, दिस इज व्हाट अ सर्वे, अ स्टडी हैज बीन शोन. So according to the 27th edition of the United Nations World Population Prospect, India is projected to surpass China as the most populous country in 2023. It's near a year, almost close to a year, will be surpassing China. So in 2022, China remained the most populous country in the world with 1426 million, और India marginally अभी पीछे है सिर्फ 1412. You can see this is a number for India, this is for China. Now in 2021, the average fertility of world population stood at 2.3% for the women over the lifetime and has fallen up to 5 birth in 1950. पहले हर एक women की जो TFR है, total fertility rate की अगर बात करें across the world, it was even 5%. Now it has decreased to 2.3%. Projected increase in the global population as per the UN report, it is said that half of the population projected increase in the global will toll up to 2050, and the concentrated countries जहाँ पे सबसे ज़्यादा population बढ़ेंगी that include Congo, Egypt, Ethiopia, India, Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines, and United Republic of Tanzania. Now India's population by 2050, what is the anticipation for down the line 50? So the UN projection note that India's population will reach 1668 million, far exceeding China declining population at 1317 million. तो China 2050 तक इंडिया से काफ़ी पीछे हुआ in terms of the total population. The global population by 2050 would touch up close to 9.7 billion. This is what the UN projection has quoted. And the global population will reach 8 billion in November by 2022. And there's more than 3 times of the population earlier. अगर बात करें comparatively 1950 में उस समय population सिर्फ 2.5 billion थी. Currently it is close to 8 billion. Now, India's first HPV vaccines against the cervical cancer, something a great achievement for country like India, and even the virus called human papilloma virus, जिसकी effects काफ़ी ज़्यादा है, and it is affecting women to a larger extent. So the Serum Institute of India, the largest vaccine manufacturer in a country, has developed Cervavac, जिसके लिए drug है, जिसको approval भी दी गई है DGCI की तरफ से. For the market authorization, they have developed this vaccine. This is the first quadrivalent human papilloma virus vaccine, जिसको HPV भी कहते हैं, human papilloma virus, and intended to protect women against the cervical cancer. Now, the experts sees this as a real opportunity to eliminate cervical cancer and has expressed the hope that it will roll out the national human papilloma vaccination strategy and would be available at a cost more affordable than the existing vaccines. Now, India में किस तरह की cases हैं, कितनी cases report होती हैं, what is the data? So, India account for almost 5th of the global burden in terms of the total cases of the cervical cancer. 1.23 lakh cases record किए गए and almost 67,000 that were recorded by the World Health Organization, right? Internal Agency for Research on Cancer जो है, जो WHO की एक आर्म है, उन्होंने अपने फाइंडिंग्स में बताया. Now, worldwide, cervical cancer has the second most cancerous type and the second most common cause of death of the women in their reproductive age, that is from 15 to 44. Still, there is very less awareness. There is a paucity and even the lack of awareness. The reason being the prevention is not being taken care of, right? And less than 10% of women get screened to the cervical cancer. Even अवेयरनेस की काफ़ी ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है, वेदर इट कैन बी एनी प्लेटफॉर्म, सोशल मीडिया या फिर वहाँ तक जा करके बॉटम अप अप्रोच के साथ काम करने की ज़रूरत है, ताकि हर एक लोगों को इसके बारे में, खास करके जो वुमेन्स हैं, उनको ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा जागरूक किया जाए. एंड दे शुड बी अवेयर ऑफ द फैक्ट दैट दीज आर द प्रॉब्लम दैट इज स्टिल एग्जिस्टिंग. Now, I2U2 backed food park, we'll see the detail about this as well. I2U2 stand for India, Israel, United States and United Arab Emirates. They have come up with, this is the first Medan summit that was recently started, and the meeting called for ramping up some of the important areas concerning all four countries. These four countries that include food security, clean energy, water, transportation and health and space. Objective क्या थी इस मीटिंग की? The objective of this project include that reducing the trade barrier between the economies of the four countries, harmonizing the food safety, जो quality standards है उनको promote करना, adding the initial list of the project include banana, potato species and onion. Now, food park across India की अगर बात करें, United Arab Emirates had decided to invest around $2 billion for the food park across India. कुछ important areas identify किए जाएंगे. अभी के लिए गुजरात में प्लांट और महाराष्ट्र में बात की गई है that they would be establishing, and they would use the UAE government will be using state of art technology to ensure कि इंडिया में जो फूड वेस्टेज है वो कम की जाए, कंजर्व कर सके फ्रेश फ्रूट्स को and even employ renewable energy resources. The group decided to advance a hybrid renewable energy project in Gujarat consisting of 300 megawatt of wind and solar capacity compliant by the battery energy storage system. Now, roadmap for food park establishment की अगर बात करें, India will provide appropriate land because a land is a subject which has to be provided by the country concerned. तो इंडिया अपनी लैंड देगी जहाँ पे फूड पार्क को स्टैब्लिश किया जा सके in collaboration with Israel and the United Arab Emirates. The plan for integrated food park was announced in the joint statement by IUTU grouping, which include India, Israel, United Arab Emirates and the United States. The food park aims at cutting down the waste and spoilage and are also in the collaboration with the other four countries that they have declared that they would be aiding each other in terms of promoting a sustainable agriculture and providing aid to the farmer also. Now, Iran and Belarus to be the newest SCO members. Iran and Belarus are likely to be the newest additions of the countries in the SCO, which was started initially by China and Russia. Expanding the group is among the issues that the leader has discussed. जहाँ पे प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया के साथ भी डिस्कशन हुई, रशियन प्रेसिडेंट, चाइनीज प्रेसिडेंट, they have discussed the issues and they are likely to discuss the issue in September, although the initial process for induction of Iran and Belarus have already been started. The legal procedures for Belarus accession is about to start, and with this expansion, Russia and China are looking to framework a grouping which can counter the West. तो आपसे मेंस एग्जामिनेशन में भी यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन पूछे जा सकते हैं कि रिसेंट में ग्लोबल ऑर्डर पे कौन कौन सी ऐसी मल्टीलैटरल फोरम क्रिएट हो रही है जो कि वेस्ट को टारगेट कर रही है, उसको खास करके उसके कंपिटिटर के तौर पे बाहर आ रही है. सो यू कैन इनकॉर्पोरेट ऑल दिस एग्जाम्पल्स. ना फाउंडिंग मेंबर्स की अगर बात करें एससीओ की, रशिया, चाइना, द फोर सेंट्रल एशियन कंट्री इंक्लूड Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan and Tajikistan, right? So these were the founding member. India और पाकिस्तान इनिशियली ऑब्जर्वर कंट्री के साथ हैं, उन्होंने 2017 में फाइनली मेंबर्स ज्वाइन किया था. The last year summit in Dustbin has agreed that Iran will join and Belarus has also begun the membership process. So this is something again important. और membership के बारे में आप एक चीज़ ध्यान रखें, India initially joined with the observer country and finally it got status of the member in 2017. Now, Center constituted a panel on the minimum support price and natural farming. So India has recently constituted a committee headed by the former Agriculture Secretary to look into the issues of minimum support price for the agriculture produce. Something very important which was even long pending. A lot of protest has been there in terms of the minimum support price, because of which protest भी हुए हैं, farm laws को भी वापस लेना पड़ा. Now the member of संयुक्त किसान मोर्चा SKM जिसको कहते हैं, उनके members की भी representation होगी, गवर्नमेंट ने कहा है. Apart from the government representation, the people from the SKM will also be there. So under the umbrella SKM, thousands of farmer has held protest around Delhi. खास करके जो 3 फार्म लॉज थे उनके खिलाफ प्रोटेस्ट की गई थी, और फाइनली गवर्नमेंट ने डिसाइड किया दैट दे विल बी रिपीलिंग ऑल फार्म लॉज एंड अ कमिटी ऑन एमएसपी वुड बी फॉर्मुलेटेड. तो वही कमिटी की फॉर्मेशन की गई है और उसमें SMK के मेंबर्स को भी इंक्लूड किया गया. द एग्रीकल्चर मिनिस्टर हैज इश्यूज द गैजेट नोटिफिकेशन अनाउंसिंग द सेटिंग अप द कमिटी इन दिस रिगार्ड. Now panel members की अगर बात करें, apart from the member from the SKM, so this will include नीति आयोग members, agri economist, Indian Institute of Economic Development, IIM अहमदाबाद, और जो CACP के सीनियर मोस्ट मेंबर्स होंगे जो रिकमेंडेशंस करते हैं मिनिमम सपोर्ट प्राइस के लेकर के, उनके मेंबर्स को भी रखा जाएगा. सीनियर मेंबर फॉर एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी, 5 सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट secretaries from Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Sikkim, Odisha are the part of the committee. Now क्या क्या टास्क असाइन किए गए इस कमेटी को? फर्स्ट इज टू सजेस्ट ऑन MSP अवेलेबल टू द फार्मर्स बाय मेकिंग इट इफेक्टिव एंड ट्रांसपेरेंट, किस तरह से ट्रांसपेरेंसी के साथ रेट को प्रमोट किया जाए, एंड गिविंग मोर ऑटोनॉमी टू द कमीशन फॉर एग्रीकल्चर कॉस्ट एंड प्राइजेस, जिसको CACP के नाम से भी जानी जाती है. ये वो ऐसी कमीशन है जो MSP को रिकमेंड करती गवर्नमेंट को. नाउ ऑन नेचुरल फार्मिंग, strategy to turn Kisi Vikas Kendra and research institution into knowledge center and for the natural farming, suggests setting up laboratory chain for the organic certifications. Now the crop diversification, map exist cropping pattern, suggests a system that ensure a remunerative price to the farmer for the large scale and new crop. So these are some of the important tasks that has been assigned to the committee. Now CCTV recording at fair price shop, this is a new decision that government has come up. Even the recommendation was there by the house panel. तो ये काफ़ी important recommendations है जहाँ पे जो leakages हैं PDS shops पे या fair price shops पे उनको रोका जा सकेगा. Now Parliamentary Standing Committee has suggested the use of CCTV, closed circuit TV cameras at the fair price shop to ensure the effective distributions of the PDS and also to check the diversions. तो ये ट्रांसपेरेंसी को प्रमोट करेगी और जितने भी लीकेजेस हैं, लूप होल्स हैं, उनको ओवरकम करेगी. अब important decision, important recommendations that were given by the Parliamentary Standing Committee. Suppose if you're writing a General Studies paper 4, अगर आप ethics paper में case studies भी handle कर रहे हैं तो आप इस तरह के examples वहाँ पे ज़रूर quote करें. Now remarks by the panel in its report, which was tabled to the Lok Sabha, the panel said that it was surprised that despite a joint inspections by the FDI godowns, जहाँ पे QCC तो quality check cells के बावजूद जो Department of Food and Public Distributions के अंदर आती हैं, still we are not getting the results. QCC होने के बावजूद भी, QCC के although numbers काफ़ी कम इंडिया में, it's only 11 numbers, but उसके बावजूद भी जो performance होनी चाहिए थी वो नहीं, right? And this has only covered minimum of 2 states and union territories, और इसकी implementation as per National Food Security Act काफ़ी slow है. The panel has recommended the quality control cell expeditiously to address the issues of quality check, control and prevent the issues arising from damaged food grain. So these are some of the major recommendations, right? Make sure if you're writing in mains paper, आपको ये सारे recommendations खा करके जो QCC की बातें हैं वो ज़रूर से highlight करनी है. Now, Niti Aayog releases India Innovation Index, again something important to rank the states. तो कर्नाटका को इस बार रैंकिंग फर्स्ट मिली है, फॉलोड बाय तेलंगाना, हरियाणा, महाराष्ट्र एंड तमिलनाडु. So Niti Aayog has recently released the 3rd edition of India Innovation Index. Karnataka, Manipur, and the Union Territory of Chandigarh has topped the respective categories. तो 3 है, फर्स्ट में कर्नाटका, नॉर्थ ईस्ट में मणिपुर और यूनियन टेरिटरीज में चंडीगढ़. ना डिटेल्स में अगर बात करें स्टेट्स के तौर पे, मेजर स्टेट्स कैटेगरीज में कर्नाटका टॉप की है, और वैसे स्टेट्स जो उभरते स्टेट्स हैं जो न्यूमेरो यूनो पोजीशंस पे हैं उसमें मणिपुर है नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न में. चंडीगढ़ हैज़ स्कोर्ड इन द यूनियन टेरिटरीज के कैटेगरीज में बेस्ट स्टेट. तो कर्नाटका के बाद जो स्टेट्स फॉलो करती दैट इंक्लूड तेलंगाना, हरियाणा, महाराष्ट्र एंड तमिलनाडु, और बॉटम से जो कंट्री जो स्टेट्स की परफॉर्मेंस है दैट इंक्लूड छत्तीसगढ़, उड़ीसा, बिहार, गुजरात आर फ्रॉम द बॉटम परफॉर्मेंस. नो पिलर्स क्या क्या है, किस किस इंडिकेटर्स पे रैंकिंग दी जाती है नीति आयोग के द्वारा. तो 7 इंपॉर्टेंट पिलर्स हैं. फर्स्ट इज ह्यूमन कैपिटल. दीज पिलर्स आर अगेन इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर योर एग्जाम. Human capital, investment knowledge works, business environment, safety and legal environment, quality output and knowledge diffusions. तो ये कुछ important pillars हैं. इस pillars में 66 indicators हैं जो कि time to time vary करते हैं. Earlier it was 36. So this determine the innovation capacity for both states and union territories. Now कुछ recommendations इस report में बताई गई है. Apart from the index that was released, नीति आयोग has also given some report and recommendations. So it says that research and development में हमें spending बढ़ाने की ज़रूरत है. We are only spending 0.7% of the GDP. It should be 2%, right? A factual data that you should take a note of. And India is achieving almost a goal to 5 trillion economy if we are investing close to 2% of our GDP in research and development. Now the recommendation was also given to increase the role of private players. This is something calling for द प्राइवेट प्लेयर जो ट्रिपल पी मॉडल है, पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप की जो मॉडल है, उसमें रिसर्च और डेवलपमेंट को प्रमोट करने की कोशिश की जाए ताकि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा स्टेट ऑफ आर्ट टेक्नोलॉजी आ सके. द रिपोर्ट ऑल्सो रिकमेंडेड ब्रिंगिंग डाउन द ह्यूमन कैपिटल एंड बूस्ट नॉलेज कैपिटल एज अ वास्ट डिवाइड नाउ कमिंग फ्रॉम द वे ऑफ द लार्ज स्केल इनोवेशंस. Now other recommendations of the report were also need for fill a gap of industry's demand where producers through our education system. तो ये एक ज़रूरत है कि एजुकेशन सिस्टम के थ्रू भी लोगों को जो गैप है इंडस्ट्रीज़ में, जो कमियां हैं, खामियां हैं, उनको पूरी की जा सके. यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हैव द पोटेंशियल to go to place for industries for any kind or any sort of innovation. They can seek assistance from the universities. And the report also suggested that country India need to undertake efforts to create good services. Which can be ignored basically for a long time. अब ज़रूरत है कि जो startups हैं to file the patent across the country and they'll get the assistance and support from these universities which are in excellence in developing a level of, खास करके अगर बात करें state of art technology to the innovation in other sectors, right? So it suggests promoting the spirit of competitive federalism which focuses on state and union territories to perform and ensure encompassing growth. So ये सारे कुछ important components हैं, suggestions के तौर पे नीति आयोग ने अपने recommendations में दिए. Now, sown area of paddy rise marginally. This was again data coming from the government. So, according to the data collected by the crop diversion of the Union Agriculture Ministry, it says that the net sown area of the paddy has rose marginally. Previously, अगर बात करें, it was 23.95% less than the corresponding period for the last year. Now, क्या difference है area coverage में? The difference in the area coverage for 2021, the figure is 22.75 lakh hectares, and sown of the pulses such as black gram and yellow pigeon has decreased. Now, while the cultivation of the green gram, अगर मूंग दाल की बात करें, it has increased from 37.4% to like 135.12. The ministry has also maintained that it is too early to suggest that the decreasing pulse cultivation in the state in this kharif season. States की performance की अगर बात करें, छत्तीसगढ़ has shown the decrease for about 6.1 lakh hectare, while some of the areas in Punjab is down by 4.8 hectares. मध्य प्रदेश में decrease हुई है 4.6 lakh hectares, and Madhya Pradesh has also seen most decrease by 22.4 lakh hectares. Rajasthan has increased the cultivation about 25 lakh hectare till July 8. Now, oilseed cultivations की अगर बात करें, the total oilseed too has decreased in the cultivation more than 20%, and groundnut and soybean cultivation has decreased by 18.9% and 21.27% respectively. Now, farmers seems to have preferred the sown of sunflower during the kharif seasons because there have been increase about 43% through the area adjustment of 1.16 lakh hectares. Among the other cereal, bajra sown has increased about 79.26%. So this is on a positive side. And while the cultivations of jowar, ragi, maize, small millets have significantly reduced as compared to the last year cultivations. Now, centers ने directions दी हैं states को, क्या क्या directions दी गई है ताकि वो और productivity को बढ़ा सके, The center has been asking the states to encourage the farmers to cultivate paddy, citing the global demand for the food grain. It has been pushing for the nutrition security by asking farmers to raise the coastal grains. Now, the increase of the price of the edible oil due to the import dependence has also given a tough moment for the center recently, because जितने भी mostly crude खास करके जो oils है sunflower सोयाबीन oil ये यूक्रेन से काफ़ी ज़्यादा इंडिया इंपोर्ट करती है, तो अभी रूट जो बंद हो गई है इवन फॉर द आफ्टर द इन्वेजन ऑफ रशिया टू यूक्रेन काफ़ी प्रॉब्लम्स हुई है, दैट हैज़ ऑल्सो एक्सकलेटेड द एडिबल ऑयल प्राइजेस. सो अगेन अ टफ टाइम, डेफिनेटली इट विल ओवरकम. अभी रिसेंट में मैंने आपके साथ कल डिस्कस किया था जहाँ पे रशिया और यूक्रेन के बीच एक एग्रीमेंट हुई है वेयर दे विल बी अलाइन द ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ द कमोडिटीज इक्विपमेंट फ्रॉम द ब्लैक सी रीजन. तो विल सी इन डाउन द लाइन कुछ महीनों में, कुछ आने वाले क्वार्टर्स में इसके प्राइस भी इम्प्रूव. So this was all about for the FCA. We have a lot more other initiatives for you, like daily news and editorial analysis, which I covered from two important newspaper, Hindu and Indian Express. IAS Gestate की मैगजीन आप हमारे वेबसाइट से डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं, IAS ज्ञान. FCA मैंने आपके साथ डिस्कस किया. PIB is released every month. Every month we have MPR and Gist of Yojana and Kurukshetra. So these all initiative will help you to sail through the journey of civil services. If you have any other concern, do let me know. I'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching this video.